Good morning. It's a it's a early morning, but not as early as I thought I would be. um, got up this morning. Actually, let's start yesterday. Yesterday was a challenge. I'm not sure why, but I got on my spider and I rode to our monthly meet and greet, and it was a good restaurant. It's called Black Bear Cafe in Mesquite. I've seen it before, and I've seen it for a couple of years, and I've always wanted to go to it, but I just never did. And I tell Robert about it. Hey, we ought to go here. We ought to go here. We ought to go. But we just never did. We never did a lot of things. Um, and that's okay. That's okay. Considering our lives. But I went yesterday. I met up with the group. I rode by myself. Normally, I would ride with Karen, but she wasn't feeling well, so we're thankful she stayed home. She's healing, getting all better. But I had opportunity yesterday just to ride and talk with God. There are some days that are harder to get up than others. And lately I've been just praying, God, I want to wake up. It's uh, it's like I'm going through life and I'm doing all the things, but I was asleep. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't go to bed at night. I couldn't um, I couldn't get up in the morning, even when there were things to get up for. It was getting to be hard to do, and I'm just like, God, I trust you. I want to wake up. I hear your voice. I trust you. No matter what, I'm just going to say yes to you, and I'm going forward. I'm going to look to you. There's a song by Stephanie Gretzinger. It's called A Shield. It's Thou, Lord, art a shield before me. You're my glory and the lifter of my head. And I've had to depend on him a lot lately to be that lifter of my head. Um, Transitioning in business and just transitioning in a lot of different areas and stuff. And it's like, I don't really know exactly where I'm going. But when you're in uh, when you're whitewater rafting, you don't know where you're going either. You just know you're going forward and you're going fast, and you better be prepared for whatever. And that's kind of where I am right now. I'm going fast and I'm going forward, and but I'm not prepared for a lot of things. And I just was riding to my destination. I had like a 40-minute ride, and I just let it all out because he says, come to me with unreserved speech, and don't hold back. Don't hold back anything. Just let it out. And so I was letting it out because I needed to. I walked the dogs yesterday, and before I walked the dogs, my chest was hurting. And it's not like a muscle hurt. It wasn't it it was an emotional hurt. It was a spirit emotion hurt. And I was walking along, and all of a sudden, I don't even know what I was listening to, but I just burst into tears, and big tears. It's the kind of tears that you have when you're crying to let go of something. I'm letting go of things. I have to. In order for me to heal, I have to let go of things. I need to let go of the things I haven't done in my life. All the thoughts of the things that I haven't done in my life. I need to let go of the regrets, the I wish I had, and all those things like that. I remember last year at this time, Karen was coming to the hospital and saying, "Christy, you've got to let him go." I didn't want to, because I had married him for life, not for death. And I'm like, no, we can, there's still time. There's things we haven't done. There's all this, that, and the other. And she said, "Christy, you just need to let him go." I remember my dad's wife. I would call her Mom. I'd call her Mom Lois. When my dad fell for 12 weeks, she was right there by his bed, but he was in CICU. Then they took him into ICU. Then they tried to get him off oxygen and couldn't, and just all kinds of terrible, horrible things. And finally she said, she went in there one day and she said, "Jerry, if you're concerned about being here, if you're concerned about me and how I'll handle this and stuff, don't. You go on ahead, I'll be okay." And it wasn't long after she said that she let him go, that he left and he passed. I don't recall that I said those things to Robert. I was probably saying something like, "Please change your mind. Please come back to me." That was selfish. And for that, I'm sorry. But God had me sit down next to him on the morning of his passing and read Psalm 91 out loud, because Robert was struggling. He was that struggling that people do when they don't know where they're going or what they're going to do. They're fighting. They don't want to. They're between the living here on the earth and the going to the next life. And so I did what the Lord said. It was just Robert and I. I did what the Lord said, and Robert went from fighting to reaching up. I'm ready. And I told Olivia that, because she came in and saw him. I said, people do that when they're about to go. That's not the real reason why I came on here. And it says this is a surprise, better than Amazon. So I met someone a few months ago at a business meeting, and it's business. I don't know how, but and I'm not even sure why God does this, but He introduces me to people in areas that I'm not accustomed to. I'm not accustomed to AI centers and data centers and AI everything. I'm just not accustomed to all that. I didn't buy uh, into you've got to do everything AI. I'm not there yet. I don't know that I can do everything AI. I'm gonna curl there. So I met someone at a different meeting. It's an ACN meeting. And when he said, I build data centers, it's like, I need to talk to you because have I got somebody to connect you with? When the meeting was over, it was all I could do to not jump the tables to go meet this man. I talked to him. I connected him with one of my lenders in Austin, Diane, and we got connected. We were going to work on a project together, and but that project fell apart because the people would not send us the pitch deck. I couldn't get them to send me the pitch deck. Couldn't get them to get, and I just finally said, "I'm done. I'm not going to beg you to send me something so that I can ask people to support you." So anyway, time traveled, talked to him a few times. Other times, I finally reached out to him and told him I'm not going to um, I'm not going to help these people. So thank you, but I'm passing. He said, I'm passing too. He said, they didn't do what I thought they would do. They got a great project, great this, great that. Everything was wonderful, but they didn't put any action behind it. Kind of sounds like things that I've done. Got a great talk, but you got to put action behind it. Oh, so anyway, another story. Anyway, he and I were talking, and it turns out that he's been widowed once, and said, and I'm never getting married again because they just die on you. And I thought, wow, that's kind of what I say. Then then he's ridden spiders before. I'm thinking, so you're turning out pretty cool. And so we agreed to talk, except that he travels all the time. All the time. At the time when he and I were talking like this, he was on his boat sailing, I don't know where, somewhere around the world. Don't know about things like that yet. I might. I might experience it. We'll just see. So, anyway, so we talk, we chat back and forth. We get a 5 minute here, a 20-minute talk there. You know, we scheduled a date for. Well, I told him if you want to go on a date, you have to put it on my calendar. So we scheduled the date, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. In the meantime, he got another job, which puts him at the top of just under the owner of the company. It's an international company. He's traveling all over the world. And I'm like, okay, you're not going to be in town during this time. So I need to know, should I cancel this or should I keep it? Oh, I got to fix that on my calendar. And I just said, you know what? I'm keeping that on there. I'm going to keep it on there for me. I surely am. Yesterday, I was doing stuff, getting my calendar ready for the week, trying to see, okay, here's what I got to do for commercial real estate training. Here's what I've got to do for mother. Here's what I got to do for, getting everything put on my calendar yesterday. And I got a phone call. I'm like, it said unknown number. And I was like, okay, I'm not so sure about this, but I answered it anyway, because I saw his picture on there. And Karen and I had plans to go yesterday. We were going to open a bottle of wine that's here at my house. We were going to drink a glass of wine in celebration of her birthday and Robert's birthday. But when she said, I'm sick, I said, okay. So I scrapped that because I wasn't feeling that great about. I don't drink. I just don't drink. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I just don't like the way it makes me feel the day of or the day after or days after. Ugh. I don't want to feel like that all the time. So I don't drink. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. So I had resigned to staying home with mother, and we were going to figure out what to have for dinner. But I got this phone call that was better better than Amazon. I don't know if you noticed, but I keep getting a ding at the right times. So I answered it, and I said, my plans have changed. I'm not going to go with Karen and do anything. And he said, well, why am I not invited? I said, because you're not here. Well, how do you know? I said, because you told me you weren't going to be here. And he said, I'm in Fort Worth. Why am I not invited? And I said, well, I guess you could be invited. So I had 35 minutes to get ready for a surprise date. And we were only supposed to have 30 minutes. Went to eat. We talked. And afterwards, it was like, okay, gotta leave. Then I showed him my spider when we got here to the house. For only having 30 minutes, 2 hours was was really what was allotted. It was fun. I laughed a lot. I smiled. I'm leery, kind of scary, but we talked business. I made some connections. I'm going to make some more connections and go from there. I'll see him again tomorrow because we're going to go meet somebody that wants to talk about post quantum AI data centers. That's the future. I don't know if anything will come of it or not, but here it is. I got up this morning and I was like, okay, Lord, I don't want things that are not real in my life anymore. I want to go slow. I have a heart that's healing. I don't want just excitement. Excitement's good, but it doesn't last. I want lasting things in my life. I'm at a point in my life where I want things that are going to be durable. So if this is just something that's going to be just business, let's keep it just business. If it's going to be something more than that, I'm pretty excited. But I find myself wanting to wanting to have somebody to talk to that I can talk to about business, wanting to have somebody to talk to that about riding spiders. And I did something yesterday I normally wouldn't do. I let him ride. He kept saying, "Let me ride on the back of your spider. Let me ride on the back of your spider." I don't normally let people ride on the back. I'm not accustomed to it. So, but he got on, and it was just like, wow. At some point in time during that short few minute ride, that's probably 10-minute ride. It's like, gosh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. When you know, you know. Riding that spider with him or what, whoever, I just know I'm supposed to be riding that spider. I'm getting close to 20,000 miles too. I'm pretty excited. But we talked about different things about spiders. Uh, he hugged me, and I was like, oh, this. It kind of felt weird. But yesterday morning, I was telling the Lord, I just need to be hugged. God hugs me in all kinds of ways. I had an opportunity yesterday to talk to um, a friend, spider family member. She's in the same boat as I am. Both of her husbands passed. The last one passed too soon. Just like, wow. I just had to go to her and say, how do you do it? I was having some tough moments. But you know what? God is so good. He'll let somebody come into your life to bring a smile to your face, a spark of hope to your heart, to your life. So when you get to that point in your life where you think, how do you do it? Tell God everything, because I do. And I put my cards on the table. Here they are. This is me. Put your cards on the table with the Lord. I guarantee you, he'll give you he'll deal you the right hand. So I bless you in the name of Jesus. I'm going to walk my dogs and get ready and go to church. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hallelujah.